Dyer's Daily. So I think this is one of those random niche episodes where you either like it or you don't. As people will know, I subscribe to Disney Plus here in the UK, which, in contrast to the American version of the same app, is loaded with content for all ages. But with it being Disney, sometimes it's the more kiddie or family friendly affair that kind of keeps me hooked as a consumer. And recently, they added an old 2000 series that ran between 2001 and '04 for over 50 episodes. And it was an adaptation of Winnie the Pooh, but done with puppets. It was called Book of Pooh, and I remember it being on the Disney Channel or Playhouse Disney, now Disney Junior, back in the day. And apart from the title sequence, I hadn't seen that show for over 20 years, really, at this point. And I sat and I watched it with my son, and I was actually quite impressed. I know that it's had some negative reviews because of the puppetry, or it's perhaps a little bit more, some might say, babyish than previous attempts at the character. But to me, it felt closer than some of the stuff that they've done in more recent times. I mean, they haven't really done anything with Winnie the Pooh for about 5 or 10 years. I think the last thing was that movie that they did in, 2011, 2012, which I sat and I watched one day, and apparently it's one of the last sort of traditionally animated Disney films so far. That they might come back to it in the future. I thought it was pretty good. But Book of Pooh is aimed at a younger audience, and that is going to annoy some people that want the cuddly, Pooh of their childhood. That's a really strange sentence. But I think it's good that they experimented with different ways and different methods of telling these stories. Because now that Pooh is public domain in the United States, there's going to be a lot more, perhaps less than ideal retellings of Pooh and his friends. Coincidentally, I'm also reading through the stories, and the difference in tone was quite striking. The Book of Pooh is available to stream on Disney Plus in the US and the UK.
Dyer's Daily.